I did remove the pulley, I did refurbish my motor, now put everything back in place, the motor is secure, the belt is tensioned. However, I want to make sure that the pulley position on the shaft is properly aligned with the belt. So you may want to look from above, make sure the belt looks vertical. You want to align the two grooves. Otherwise, if the pulley is to the left or too much to the right, if the belt doesn't run really vertical, it may just get noisier. But one trick what you can do is when you put the pulley in place and you think it's really aligned, just tighten down the screw so the pulley no longer moves on the shaft. And one trick is that just go with the handwheel, move it back and forth a couple of times. And what happens here, now the pulley is no longer moving on the shaft, it's fixed. However, the shaft itself has a little bit of play. I can show it to you. Maybe you can see it or maybe you can hear the sound. So this is actually the shaft moving inside the motor. And if the pulley is running through with the belt, the pulley should be located somewhere in the middle of that play on the shaft. Let me just give you an idea what I mean. Let's just give it a few back and forth. That's it, maybe 5 times or so. You should be actually able to push on the shaft and to see the pulley moving a little bit. And also you should be able to pull on the pulley and to see the pulley moving to the other side as well. That's what it means. It's in the middle of the play of the shaft itself. So let's just try to push it a little bit. It may not be visible on the video, but you should hear the sound. So perhaps you could hear that small hiss. It means it has a bit of play to the left. Let's try now to check if it also had a little play or to the right, but I need to rotate again the handle to recenter it a couple of times, and now just try to pull it, and you see it still has play to the right. So it does have a little bit of play to the left, and it has a little bit of play to the right, the shaft that it is, which means when the pulley is running, it will stay somewhere in between those two, if you want, plays. So it's really running in the middle. It's running through. It will have a little bit of play to the right, the left of the image, and a little bit of play to the right. So it's running in the middle of that play, which means the belt keeps the pulley in the middle of that play, which means the belt is really vertical. That's just one trick. Hopefully it's clear enough. I don't know how to explain a few things more clear than that. Just a bonus for the video, perhaps. How do you know the belt is really having a good tension? It's subjective. You can just push it a little bit and just have some deflection, but this is really subjective. And one thing, maybe just try to keep the pulley on the motor fixed. So just grab it and don't allow it to spin, and just rotate the handle with the other hand and just try to feel the amount of friction that has the belt when it starts slipping on the pulley of the motor. So I'm rotating the handle with my left hand, and I do feel, so right now I'm keeping this pulley fixed, it doesn't rotate, the belt will slip on it, and I just feel with my right hand the amount of traction, if you want, or how much force it puts on the pulley of the motor until the belt starts to spin. And my take on this is it should have quite a bit of friction. I mean, it should be quite hard to keep the pulley on the motor steady. However, it shouldn't be too tensioned, so it shouldn't be really hard to keep that the pulley from rotating, or if you want the belt from slipping, it shouldn't be too hard. It should be possible to slip the belt at some point on the pulley. Otherwise, it means the belt is really having a lot of tension. And my problem with a lot of tension is that the motor has two bushings on the shaft, and those bushings will get just too much force on them, if you want, or pressure on them, and that will just prevent good lubrication and will accelerate the wear on the bushings. So that's why you don't want too much tension on the belt. That's just my take. It also depends on the belts. This one is very rubbery, it's grabbing very well. Other belts that are more on newer machines, I guess, but depends on the type of belt, may need more tension. So this is just kind of I don't know how to call this. Maybe one way to check some things, which may not apply to all models and all types of belts. Okay, thanks so much.